72 hours before our trip to Toronto for the Elimination Chamber, we make a pit stop tonight in the home of the NHL's Ottawa Senators. We are right here in Ottawa, Ontario, the Canadian Tire Center for Thursday Night SmackDown. And ahead of the United States Championship match on Sunday, Carmelo Hayes alongside the #1 contender Trick Williams are set to go 2v2 against the United States Champion Jey Uso and a tag team partner of his choosing. That is coming up right here tonight in your SmackDown main event. And also, not one, but two interpromotional matches signed on as SmackDown's Iyo Sky is set to go one-on-one against Raw's Lyra Valkyria ahead of the Women's Elimination Chamber matchup in just 72 hours. And kicking us off in moments, another interpromotional bout as SmackDown's Austin Theory is set to go mano-a-mano against Monday Night Raw's megastar, LA Knight. It is all ahead of the Elimination Chamber on Sunday, right here on Thursday Night SmackDown. We are inside the Canadian Tire Center in Iowa. And SmackDown's Austin Theory set to kick things off in this interpromotional matchup against Monday Night Raw's mega superstar, LA Knight. These two men clash, hoping to gain some last-minute momentum ahead of the men's Elimination Chamber matchup in just 3 nights.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
An opportunity to challenge for the WWE Championship in Philadelphia hangs in the balance. Austin Theory alongside Finn Balor, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Seth freaking Rollins, and CM Punk. These 6 men step inside Satan's prison. The last man standing is going to WrestleMania to challenge what will be either AJ Styles or Braun Breaker for the WWE Championship. By the time Elimination Chamber goes off the air this Sunday, we will know our WWE title matchup for WrestleMania. And it very well could feature a man who at one point in time was the WWE Champion, one of the youngest to ever hold that very gold. You are looking at him in Austin Theory. Many people will brush over Austin Theory's brief WWE Championship reign in 2022 because it was just that, very in and out. But Austin Theory has proved his worth before, and he's looking to do so again this Sunday. But for the first time in nearly 2 years, LA Knight is on SmackDown!
And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight!
The megastar, LA Knight, spent the first run of his main roster career on SmackDown, was drafted to Monday Night Raw in 2023 and has been residing on the red brand ever since. The former Intercontinental Champion, LA Knight, has been chasing championship gold for quite some time. Whether it's on Raw, SmackDown, it could be an NXT. LA Knight wants one thing, and that's to hold some hardware. Certainly this matchup against Austin Theory gonna set LA Knight on the right trajectory if and only if he can get the victory ahead of the Elimination Chamber on Sunday. Certainly some competition at the all-time high. 3 nights before we get to the Elimination Chamber, SmackDown's Theory rolls LA Knight. It's an interpromotional battle. Here we go. It should be an exciting night of action live from the Canadian Tire Center, right here in the home of the NHL's Ottawa Senators in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. We are 72 hours away from the Elimination Chamber event, our final PLE before we get to WrestleMania next month. Certainly tensions are high across the WWE right now, with everybody trying to make their last-ditch effort to try to get on the WrestleMania marquee in one of the main events. Of course, not one but two Elimination Chamber matches coming up on Sunday, just as there is not one but two interpromotional bouts right here tonight in Ottawa. Austin Theory and LA Knight kicking things off, both looking to outdo the other and get their hand raised ahead of the Chamber on Sunday. And then, of course, as you saw, the Genius of the Sky, Iyo Sky, representing Thursday nights, set to go one-on-one against Raw's Lyra Valkyria, who will be making her very first appearance right here on SmackDown in just a bit. Austin Theory, who has dealt with issues with Randy Orton for months here on SmackDown. Theory looking to really almost dawn himself as the modern-day legend killer. Looking to step on anybody who came before him, and quite frankly, anybody who steps in his way ahead of him. Austin Theory wants to see one man and one man only's name in the marquee come WrestleMania, and that is his. Austin Theory spent the better part of last year alongside Grayson Waller, part of A-Town Down Under. Tag team really fell apart back in November, just weeks after Austin Theory had stabbed Randy Orton in the back as well. Theory only wants the spotlight on him, and if he can outlast LA Knight and ride that momentum into Toronto on Sunday, surely will be no denying that Theory's spotlight is deserved. LA Knight making sure the momentum is not on Theory's side. Off the middle rope, massive blockbuster there by a man who knows blockbuster, and that's the megastar himself. I want to talk about spotlight. LA is all about it. It's a man who held the Intercontinental Championship for damn near 8 months, rode that title reign in, we should say, to last year's WrestleMania. As a matter of fact, righted the wrong of last year's WrestleMania to qualify for the Elimination Chamber just a few weeks ago on Raw, when he took down one half of the World Tag Team Champions in Sami Zayn. LA Knight now looking for another successful outing inside of the squared circle as he starts to hit Austin Theory with a combination of strikes. I'll tell you what, man, LA Knight has been on his A game. Disappeared for a couple of months on Raw, took a bit of a hiatus from the month of September up until the last Raw of 2024, that being the Slammy Awards, but he has been precision ever since his return, but that momentum may be coming to a screeching halt, thanks to Austin Theory, who drops LA right on the knee. This matchup gonna progress. We'll talk about certainly hitting the nail on the head. Austin Theory has been excellent here on SmackDown over the last few months. Outside of dealing with those issues with Randy Orton, Theory has more times than not found success. Nearly won the United States Championship back in the first SmackDown of the year, defeated Rey Mysterio to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Austin Theory and LA Knight bringing their momentum into this one-on-one matchup. Only one man can be the victor. Theory dropped on his crown a few moments ago, but able to bounce back in a blaze of glory. Also still to come tonight on SmackDown, as you saw, Trick Williams has got himself a United States Championship match against Jey Uso Sunday in Toronto. Alongside his best friend Carmelo Hayes, they're going 2v2 against Jey Uso and a tag team partner of his choosing. That's coming up in tonight's main event as Austin Theory now scales the ropes. LA not gonna know what hit him. Pair of boots, drop kick on the button, and nearly putting LA Knight away that time. And again, a precision strike by Austin Theory. Theory never been afraid to go high risk, doesn't do so that often, but that drop kick worked out for him that time. Theory more reliant on the power game, as you saw right there. Austin Theory really starting to take over this matchup, but this is exactly what I believe Theory needs. Take Ottawa out of it. Obviously, LA Knight a fan favorite nearly wherever he goes. Now LA trying to rally here. Down goes Theory with a clothesline of his own. And here comes the megastar with an elbow to the heart. And this one's not over yet. Austin Theory able to survive. You want to talk about a rally? LA Knight pulling one of his best aces out of the hole. And wait a minute now. Theory, great agility that time. The muscle Knight down on the canvas nearly stole the victory. Didn't get all of that boo, and LA Knight's going to make him pay for it. And there's Austin Theory off the reversal. Back and forth, the pendulum momentum swings. Oh, hang on a second. The Apex Predator, Randy Orton, is on the scene. We talked about the history between Theory and Orton. And although all of these men are opponents, on Sunday, Orton's sticking it to Theory tonight. BFT by LA Knight. It's a victory here on SmackDown. Theory's eye taken off the ball, thanks to his rival and the Viper Randy Orton, and it pays LA Knight dividends.
Here is your winner,
Well, Austin Theory gave it his damnedest, but we could be looking at the next #1 contender for the undisputed WWE Championship. Will LA Knight be victorious? We find out this Sunday in Toronto. Well, we are just 72 hours away from a rivalry coming to a head in the Falls Count Anywhere matchup at the Elimination Chamber. Ilya Dragunov and Sheamus will meet on Sunday in what will not be their first matchup. These two men extremely familiar with one another. We look back to Thursday night, October the 10th, when Dragunov and Sheamus had an absolute barn burner in the main event here on SmackDown. Sheamus giving Ilya all he had and vice versa, but the X Factor of Drew McIntyre at ringside, who of course accompanied Sheamus to the ring on that night, proved to pay the Celtic Warrior dividends. You see, McIntyre getting involved was inevitably thrown out of ringside, but Sheamus was the victor in their first encounter back on October the 10th. We then look to about a month later, November the 7th here on SmackDown. No McIntyre at ringside as Dragunov and Sheamus met again. The stipulation for Ilya and McIntyre's matchup at Survivor Series had hung in the balance. Ilya was certainly more motivated than ever to not only get that advantage come Survivor Series, but stick it to a man who had been a thorn in his side, and that being the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. Another barn burner all the way through, but it was the Mad Dragon who found a way to rise and spread his fire all throughout the squared circle, picking up a much-needed victory against the Celtic Warrior. Well, the history continues to run rampant between these two men, and just last week on SmackDown, an ambush in the backstage area that opened things up. Sheamus attacking Ilya and bringing his carcass out to the arena. The ambush continued at the top of the aisleway on the Royal Rumble match winner, the man who will of course meet the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania, that being Ilya Dragunov. You gotta believe with Drew McIntyre watching challengers come from all angles, Sheamus is looking to take care of Ilya once and for all. Message sent last week, but this Sunday in Toronto, Ilya Dragunov will go one-on-one with Sheamus. It's a rubber match with the stakes higher than ever. Falls count anywhere. No countouts, no disqualifications. It is must-win for Ilya Dragunov. He does not want to see his momentum go up in smoke, as we are just 5 weeks out from where the Royal Rumble match winner, the Mad Dragon himself, will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Who will be his opponent? We find out on Sunday. Will he reignite a rivalry against Gunther? It is a dream match against John Cena, or will it be the bad blood coming to a head against Drew McIntyre? So much riding on all those superstars and surrounding the World Heavyweight Championship especially. By the time Elimination Chamber goes off the air on Sunday, we will finally get some answers regarding the grandest stage in Philadelphia. But we got plenty of action still on hand right here in Ottawa. And you want to talk about bad blood? Former LWO partners, former LWO brothers are set to collide right here, right now on SmackDown.
And his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 200 pounds, Santos Escobar.
Well, I still do not understand what is going through the mind of the Emperor of Lucha Libre, Santos Escobar. We take you back to 2 weeks ago when the LWO failed to win back the WWE Tag Team titles from Fraxium. Santos turning on Dragon Lee and ambushing him in a similar position we saw Ilya and Sheamus moments ago. And then, of course, last week, Santos Escobar accompanying Andrade out to ringside for his one-on-one matchup against Rey Mysterio and clearly aiding El Idolo in his inevitable victory. Santos Escobar took to social media last week. We saw it right here on air, talking about Rey Mysterio and how he feels Rey Mysterio has become much more self-centered and only focused on his career, that the LWO is only there to benefit Rey Mysterio. Santos Escobar felt like he was replaced when he went down with injury, replaced with Dragon Lee months ago, although in my opinion, Rey Mysterio simply had no choice. Nonetheless, the delusion of Santos Escobar, in my personal opinion, has brought together him and Andrade with a common enemy against the LWO. Dragon Lee has got a bone to pick. Well, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, former WWE Tag Team Champions, Dragon Lee absolutely was welcomed into the Latino World Order with open arms back in the fall when Santos Escobar went down with injury. And remind you, who put Santos on the shelf in the first place? That was Andrade and his boys in Los Garza. Clearly, Escobar with a bit of short-term memory loss and is only focused on Rey Mysterio and his opposed wrongdoings. Whatever is going through the mind of Santos, we can agree, we can disagree. Right now, all that matters is Dragon Lee is putting the whooping on a former three-time Cruiserweight champion. As you'll see, 30 days out from WrestleMania, every superstar on SmackDown looking to make an impact, including all four of these individuals. Dragon Lee did not come to Ottawa to fall short of the finish line. Frankensteiner off the top. Santos has no idea what hit him. Dragon Lee shot out like a cannon. Tope suicide to the outside. Have we ever seen Dragon Lee this fired up right here on Thursday nights? And you notice El Idolo Andrade exposed that corner. All the while, Dragon and Santos were on the outside. Dragon Lee looking for that flip over the top rope into the Hurricane Rana. Failed to do so and now gets set to the exposed steel. Well, if you know your history, Andrade, Angel, and Berto love to utilize that exposed steel in the corner. It's what won Angel and Berto tag team title gold against Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar all the way back last summer. I still can't believe Santos Escobar is letting so much slide in terms of his relationship with Los Garza and Andrade, all because he now suddenly despises Rey Mysterio. Bunch of delusion in the mind of the Emperor of Lucha Libre, if you ask me. Well, now Santos Escobar is the one going high risk, high reward. Santos right in front of his former tag team partner in Rey Mysterio. Gets wiped out off the reversal by Lee. Rey has held tag team title gold with both Santos and Dragon in the last 12 months. But look, this is what it has come to. Escobar and Dragon Lee now duking it out right here in Ottawa, Ontario, is Dragon Lee able to deliver that Frankensteiner into the ring. Both men look to be going off their feet that time. Neither man able to connect, and it's Santos Escobar who keeps this matchup rolling. And whether you like Escobar or not, and certainly a ton of love for Dragon Lee. Fast-paced Lucha Libre action at its finest right here on SmackDown between these two individuals, with certainly tension between each other tonight. The referee John Cone is still yet to fix up that turnbuckle. I don't even know if he's noticed completely yet. Santos again trying to utilize the steel, and I think John Cone may have finally realized the steel is exposed, but Escobar and Dragon Lee block it off the ring as they both go down. Fast-paced action to keep up. Wait a minute. Andrade in the ring, Mysterio in the ring. These two men getting into an argument in the middle of a contest, and referee John Cone has no choice but to start tossing bodies. Mysterio out of here. Andrade not going to be too far behind him. Well, you got to understand this decision. You can't start getting in the ring in the middle of a contest now. Oh, and Escobar catches Dragon with a knee. Well, I think referee John Cone had noticed that exposed turnbuckle, but thanks to the chaos, unable to attend to it yet. Mexican Destroyer by Escobar. There is a lot going on in this contest as Santos looks for victory. Dragon Lee not going to give him the satisfaction just yet. Dragon Lee came out guns a-blazing. Escobar's completely flipped the script. Oh no, in the corner, and again with that steel behind him. John Cone's got to get to that corner. It's almost as if Escobar is purposely playing defense on it. Oh, Dragon Lee out of the way. Wait a minute here. Power bomb into the cover, and oh, you got to be kidding me. Now John Cone is going to fix up the turnbuckle when Dragon nearly had Santos defeated. Well, Santos Escobar better be thanking his lucky stars, literally saved by the exposed steel, and now Dragon Lee brings this fight to the outside. Well, nonetheless, this match going to continue here. Escobar set back inside the ring. Dragon Lee's going to have to find another way to get the victory. Heading to the top rope, certainly comfortable from up there. Escobar knocking him down to size. Just when you thought Dragon Lee had a window of opportunity, here's Santos Escobar denying him that satisfaction. Phantom Driver. Dragon had this match won, and now Escobar steals it by all accords against Dragon Lee.
Here is your winner, Santos Escobar.
Well, a change of heart by Santos has certainly brought victory to his new partnership with Andrade and himself. Despicable actions as of late by that man, but we look to move forward right here tonight on a busy night of action of Thursday Night SmackDown. Coming up next is an interpromotional battle between two of the most exciting women in all of the wrestling world today. It is SmackDown's Genius of the Sky, Iyo Sky, against Monday Night Raw's up-and-comer in Lyra Valkyria. Both of these women will compete inside the Elimination Chamber matchup on Sunday, hoping to obtain a world title match in Philadelphia at WrestleMania. Who's going to get the momentum? It's Iyo versus Lyra. It's up next on SmackDown. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe Mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe Mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. It is a better time than any to become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member. Coming up 1 week from Saturday, it is the Road to WrestleMania live event exclusive for Noah Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below. Gain your access to the Road to WrestleMania. Coming up 1 week from Saturday. You're not going to want to miss it. But of course, we are ahead of the Elimination Chamber in just 3 nights in Toronto. And this Sunday, we determine the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan, Iyo Sky.
Coming up in just 72 hours, Iyo Sky joins the ranks of Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Liv Morgan, Lyra Valkyria, and Zoe Stark. 6 women will enter Satan's prison, but only one will leave as the #1 contender for the Women's World Championship in Philadelphia at WrestleMania. Of course, the Women's World Championship on the line this Sunday, as well as Nia Jax, who has been on a tear on SmackDown since her return at the Royal Rumble last month, is set to go one-on-one against Raquel Rodriguez. Nia Jax in action in just a bit here on SmackDown. More on that to come, but right here, right now, Iyo Sky has got her hands full with one of Monday Night Raw's hottest superstars. And a hell of a reaction in the home of the NHL's Ottawa Senators as Raw's Lyra Valkyria makes her debut on Thursday Night SmackDown.
And from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Well, not only it is an interpromotional matchup between Raw and SmackDown, but it is an international flair as Ireland's Lyra Valkyria takes on Japan's Iyo Sky, and certainly on uncommon ground right here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Both of these women, 2 of the top on their respective brands. Both of them looking to declare themselves #1 contender for one of the WWE's richest prizes on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Only one woman will get that satisfactory on Sunday night. Will it be Lyra? Will it be Iyo? Or will it be one of the other 4 women who compete inside Satan's prison? Only time will tell, but what we do know is momentum is at the highest of high between Iyo Sky and Lyra Valkyria as this matchup is kicked off here on SmackDown. On the Night Raw's LA Knight knocking off SmackDown's Austin Theory at the top of the hour thanks to a little assistance of the Apex Predator Randy Orton. Certainly no love lost between Orton and Theory as their rivalry just continues to grow deeper. Lyra Valkyria full of strikes in her arsenal, very explosive inside of that ring as we are seeing right now. Enziguri takes Iyo off her feet. Lyra defeated Natalya, Canadian native, to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Iyo Sky taking down one half of the women's tag team champions in the prodigy Roxanne Perez to qualify for the Elimination Chamber as well. We're speaking of Perez, alongside her tag team partner Cora Jade, they are set for a return matchup against the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, coming up on the Elimination Chamber kickoff show for No Nation Gaming channel members on Sunday. Iyo Sky and other Kabuki Warriors members got our own affairs to attend to, not just here tonight on SmackDown, but inside one of the most dangerous structures WWE has to offer, and that's the Elimination Chamber. She's competed in this structure before. This time, she's looking for victory. Tope Suicida to the outside. Lyra Valkyria's first appearance on SmackDown, maybe an upsetting one. And if Iyo Sky has her way, Lyra's first appearance inside the Elimination Chamber on Sunday is going to be just that as well. Shohei uppercut at ringside. Lyra's got no idea where she is. Tell you what, Iyo Sky is near victory for championship gold in the past. It was last year at the King of the Ring event. She went one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez for that very Women's World Championship. Underrated match of last year. Phenomenal performance by Iyo Sky, but was unable to obtain the Women's World Championship. Maybe another round is in her future. Off the drop kick from the top, able to land flush, but Lyra, this is where you got to give credit to Lyra Valkyria, continues to persevere. Valkyria, former NXT Women's Champion, has been on the Raw brand since the month of September. Seen more victory than defeat. This Sunday could be the biggest victory, biggest honor of her young career, and tonight could certainly be a feather in the cap as well. Off the DDT, moonsault by Lyra. Into the cover this time. Iyo Sky able to survive. I'll tell you what, these 2 women starting to become fan favorites on their respective brands now here on SmackDown in Ottawa tonight. And certainly everybody right here in the Canadian Tire Center in appreciation And the competition between these two women certainly ahead of the Elimination Chamber match on Sunday, where both women have to already have their mind on what is to come and the destruction that lies ahead in Satan's prison. What do you think's going through the minds of the likes of Zoe Stark and Liv Morgan, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, the other four women who will compete for that championship opportunity on Sunday night? Watching these two women battle it out just for the momentum to step inside the Elimination Chamber. Lyra Valkyria, impressive dropkick of her own. She may have Iyo Sky rocked, and you gotta give credit again to Lyra, just continuing to stack the offense here. Especially against the veteran Iyo Sky. Valkyria's looking sharp and not going for anything fancy. Dropping the axe hammer. Lyra is playing it safe, and I recommend that this is the best case scenario for Lyra here. Especially against somebody like Iyo Sky, former champion in her own right. Valkyria up to the top again. High risk, high reward will pay her dividends. Again, dropping the hammer. Ireland's own Lyra Valkyria looking to upset the woman all the way for the land of the rising sun. Missed for that spinning back kick. Iyo Sky able to dodge it. Now has got Valkyria in her grasp up against the ropes. Iyo looking to rev up the engines here. Pair of boots right to the face. Iyo Sky, the genius of the sky, never been afraid to leave the soles of her boots. But a good portion of last year as the women's tag team champions was not involved in the matchup that the Kabuki Warriors lost those titles. Thanks to Kairi Sane wanting to step in and get her hands on Roxanne Perez, but Iyo Sky now looking to get her way back on the road to championship gold. It could start here tonight. Bending Lyra Valkyria in half right over the knees. Valkyria's got to be in a whirlwind of pain. Able to bounce out of it. Iyo Sky not looking to let up on her momentum in this very matchup. Once again, drop kicks a bit of the highest reward in this contest. Lyra Valkyria rolling to the outside here. This is smart strategy, especially against the veteran in Iyo Sky, but Iyo just going to use the ringside area to her advantage, sending Lyra for an amusement park ride off the ropes. Valkyria really shining in the middle part of this matchup here, but Iyo Sky has completely taken over. On top she goes. Incoming comes Iyo Sky. Drop kick lands flush again. Is Iyo looking better than ever or what? Lyra Valkyria's first appearance on the blue brand may be a sour one if this keeps up. Trying to create some separation here against the genius of the sky. Went for a spin kick. Lyra loves to utilize those strikes, but Iyo Sky able to sidestep, scoop and a slam. Lyra eats the canvas for Thursday night dinner. Sky going up top. And could be looking for a little over the moonsault. Iyo Sky putting the exclamation point on this oh-so competitive match. A huge victory for Iyo Sky. And you love to see it. That is what this industry is all about. Respect being shown between Iyo and Lyra. And I'm sure that respect will carry into the Elimination Chamber, or maybe it won't. It's every woman for herself. It's #1 contender for the Women's World Championship come this Sunday in Toronto. And business is about to pick up.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from San Diego, California, Nia Jax.
Well, speaking of the Women's World Championship, the #1 contender for that very gold is marching towards the ring. Nia Jax is in action, live up next right here on SmackDown. The road to WrestleMania is full of unexpected twists and turns. And just mere weeks before the grandest stage of them all, we make a pit stop in the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, as your Saturday night obsession is back. February 22nd, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the superstars of Raw and SmackDown are out to make one final statement. before the showcase of the Immortals at Saturday night's main event. Don't miss what promises to be an unpredictable night, live from Chi-Town on the 22nd of February. Your Saturday night obsession is back. Saturday night's main event going to be a doozy on the 22nd of February in Chicago. They're coming up this Sunday in Toronto for No Nation Gaming channel members only, exclusively on the Elimination Chamber kickoff show. Asuka and Kairi Sane of the Kabuki Warriors look to get back the Women's Tag Team Championships against Raw's Cora Jade and SmackDown's Roxanne Perez. Those two tandems with a great contest just a few weeks back where Cora and Roxanne won the gold. Asuka and Kairi Sane looking to right that wrong in just 72 hours. But first on the objective, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, runs into a very familiar foe. She is no stranger to her opponent tonight in Nia Jax. Asuka and Nia several battles years ago in NXT. Asuka has what it takes, knows what she needs to do to keep down Nia Jax. Can she do it when Nia has been absolutely more dangerous than ever in recent weeks? The bell has sounded here in Ottawa as the action going to progress right here on SmackDown. Nia Jax, of course, returned to the WWE at the Royal Rumble last month, and automatically out of the gate has targeted the Women's World Champion Raquel Rodriguez, has left her laying not once but twice, one of those coming after a victory against the First Lady of the LWO, Zelina Vega, just last week. Now Asuka going to give it her damnedest as respective top contenders for individual gold now clash in Asuka and Nia Jax here on SmackDown. Talked about these two women, a little bit of their history. Many battles in NXT years ago. Asuka's defeated Nia Jax. Can Nia Jax keep down one of the most dominant and dangerous women to ever step foot in WWE in her own right in the Empress of Tomorrow? Gotta wonder what is in the mind of Raquel Rodriguez after what has happened on recent weeks in SmackDown, getting left laying by Nia Jax. As Asuka's just looking to take down the tree trunk-sized legs of Nia. Chop her down the sides, trying to make her fight a different style of battle. Raquel Rodriguez may be in trouble come Sunday, but Asuka definitely has an opportunity here, not only to get momentum on the Kabuki Warrior side, but to really psych out Nia Jax, which could inevitably aid Raquel Rodriguez come Elimination Chamber. Here's Asuka using the ropes, going for a drop kick, not having the success that Iyo Sky did with that same maneuver in her previous matchup. Certainly a lot of Elimination Chamber momentum on the line tonight here on SmackDown, and Asuka's may have just dried out. Nia Jax's simple sidestep has put her in control against the Empress of Tomorrow. We saw how vicious she was last week against Zelina Vega. Nia not looking to leave any stone unturned against Asuka. Hold on here. We've seen this maneuver in recent weeks. It's pretty early on in the matchup, but Nia may be going for the kill. Annihilator on Asuka. This early in the matchup, you gotta be kidding me. Oh no, oh no.
Here is your winner, Nia Jax.
That is absolutely insane. Raquel, you may be in trouble. Nia Jax has come hunting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next here on SmackDown, United States Champion Jey Uso needs a tag team partner. Who has he chosen? He's going 2v2 against the Trick Melo gang in your Thursday night SmackDown main event. It's coming up next from Ottawa. It is every superstar's dream of headlining the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. And for many, this may be the final chance to capture that dream. On Sunday night, February the 9th, the Unforgiving Steel, the Miles of Chain, the structure known as Satan's Prison, is back. The city of Toronto and the eyes watching around the world will bear witness to one of the most grueling nights on the WWE calendar. If survival is the only option, then these men and women will scratch and claw, hoping to be the final being left standing and one step closer to immortality. Sunday, February 9th, Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the Elimination Chamber. It is a part of the heart and soul of SmackDown. It is the Cruiserweight Championship of the World, which was last defended last month at the Royal Rumble kickoff show as Wesley put the gold on the line in a very physical matchup against a former champion, the Irish Ace, JD McDonough. Wesley coming out of that matchup the victor, and still the Cruiserweight Champion did not come out unscathed, but he is rested, he is recuperated, and he is ready to get back in action. Next Thursday night on SmackDown, Wesley returns and the Cruiserweight Championship will be on the line. Chad Gable has been chasing championship gold for quite some time, and next week he gets his opportunity. Gable, Lee, Thursday night on SmackDown for the Cruiserweight Championship of the World. But that is next Thursday, and we look ahead towards this Sunday night, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It is the 2025 Elimination Chamber. And of course, the action is going to kick off 30 minutes prior for No Nation Gaming channel members. Kairi Sane and Asuka of the Kabuki Warriors challenge Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Hit the join button down below and don't miss the Elimination Chamber kickoff show. Well, we just saw her in the most dominant form moments ago. Nia Jax continuing to tear through SmackDown. Will she ride that wave into the Elimination Chamber, conquer Raquel Rodriguez, and take home the Women's World Championship? And who will bring that gold into WrestleMania, awaiting the number one contender? Bayley, Zoe Stark, Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria, Liv Morgan, and Iyo Sky. 6 women will enter the Elimination Chamber. 1 will leave the number one contender for the Women's World title at WrestleMania. We will see these 2 men in action in moments, but this Sunday is where it all goes down. The United States Championship is on the line. Number one contender, Trick Williams. He's been red hot as of late, but can he keep down? Main event, Jey Uso for the red, white, blue, and gold. We will find out on Sunday, just as we will see Damian Priest and Roman Reigns clash in a rematch nearly 5 months in the making. It was signed this past Monday night on Raw, moments after chaos continued to ensue between the Judgment Day and the Tribal Chief. And speaking of the red brand, the WWE Championship is on the line as the former champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles, looks to win back the gold he lost in the month of December as he takes on the unpredictable badass, Braun Breaker. And who will defend that gold against the number one contender at WrestleMania? Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Seth freaking Rollins, and CM Punk. The winner of this matchup meets the winner of the WWE Championship matchup with the gold on the line of one of the respective main events come Philadelphia at WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble match winner, the Czar, Ilya Dragunov, looks to take care of the thorn in his side that is the Celtic Warrior Sheamus before he ventures to the World Title Affairs in March. It is a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. These 2 men know physicality better than anybody else. What awaits in Falls Count Anywhere? And of course, the triple threat matchup. The Ring General Gunther looks to get back the gold that he once dominated SmackDown with. The franchise John Cena looks for his 17th trip to the top of the mountain and to get back to the main event of the grand stage. Drew McIntyre, who chased that championship for nearly a year, finally winning it back at the Royal Rumble. But are his days numbered? Not 1, but 2 challengers, and 2 challengers that could be oh so detrimental to McIntyre's WrestleMania dreams. The winner will defend the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, John Cena, Gunther. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line this Sunday at the Elimination Chamber. But it is main event time for the Canadian Tire Center and the home of the NHL's Ottawa Senators. Trick Williams gets his opportunity on Sunday night. But tonight, he stands alongside his best friend in Carmelo Hayes as they are set for tag team action live in your main event on SmackDown.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 415 pounds. The team of Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Well, I gotta say, it is oh so interesting to watch these two men walking side by side after what Trick Williams had to go through to become #1 contender. He pinned Carmelo Hayes just a few weeks ago in a triple threat matchup that also included Grayson Waller to punch his ticket to this Sunday night in Toronto. But just as Trick Williams stood alongside Carmelo Hayes for months throughout his United States Championship reign, you gotta believe Melo is gonna do the same for Trick. Not just tonight, but on Sunday. The best of friends looking to support each other. Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes stand side by side tonight, 72 hours before the biggest match of Trick Williams' career. Will Trick be able to turn away one of the most popular superstars in all of WWE today, the United States Champion, main event, Jey Uso?
And their opponents, first from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, main event, Jey Uso.
Well, it's an interesting situation tonight because I would rest assured that Jey Uso actually has some respect for Trick Williams, even commended Trick Williams after a great performance on one of the last SmackDowns of last year in that gauntlet matchup. Remember Trick nearly winning the whole damn thing, only to come up short to Austin Theory. For recent weeks, tensions have been running high. Trick Williams still unsure exactly who had ambushed him in the backstage area on the last SmackDown before the Royal Rumble. Many believe it was Grayson Waller. Carmelo Hayes doesn't give a damn if it was Grayson Waller. He's even pointed the finger at Jey Uso. He doesn't care who it is. He's just been trying to find the culprit. Melo has left Jey laying on a few occasions. I'm sure there's no love lost between the one-of-one Carmelo Hayes and the United States Champion himself. But who's Jey got for a tag team partner? Oh, wait a minute. Double matches here for the megastar.
And from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
Well, it was less than an hour ago that Monday Night Raw's megastar LA Knight had defeated Austin Theory here on SmackDown. It looks like Jey Uso has recruited that very star to stand side by side with him in the main event. Well, I don't know what the thought process here was for Jey, or was it LA Knight that approached the United States Champion? Either way, what a team! Well, this crowd here in Ottawa is certainly getting a treat, and SmackDown itself getting a treat. Raw's LA Knight bookending the show. Wonder if he's getting double pay for these matches. Nonetheless, we are here, we are live. It is your tag team main event 3 nights before the Elimination Chamber. The Trick Melo gang up against the United States Champion Jey Uso and Monday Night Raw's LA Knight. Very interesting situation here as the men who will fight on Sunday start out this matchup, that being Jey, that being Trick. It'll be a first time ever one-on-one affair from Toronto on Sunday night, but clashing in this tag team bout here tonight. Main event, Jey Uso certainly has had loads of momentum on his side. Jey looking to ride that momentum that he has carried over the last few months into the Elimination Chamber, but you cannot deny that Trick Williams has been on the rise. Talked about that great performance in the gauntlet matchup at the end of December. Of course, keeping down not only Grayson Waller, but his best friend as well in Carmelo Hayes in the triple threat just a few weeks ago to earn #1 contendership for Jey Uso's very gold. No doubt about it. Trick Williams entering the biggest matchup of his career on Sunday night. Just imagine the reception in Scotiabank Arena if Trick Williams will be able to upset Jey Uso and become the United States champion. The championship that Carmelo Hayes once held, and of course, it was Jey Uso who ended that championship reign all the way back on Halloween night here on SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes had an opportunity, really a couple of opportunities, whether it's to get back to gold specifically or at least to become the #1 contender, and has really found himself in a string of bad luck. Really the opposite of what we could say about Trick Williams, who again continues to be on the rise here on SmackDown. Certainly Trick's momentum hangs in the balance of this tag team bout. Certainly don't want to take a loss just 3 nights before your golden opportunity at Main Event Jay. Back and forth between Jay and Trick in the corner right now. Jay just reminding Trick what is in store come Sunday night. Jay gonna rev up the engines here, but I'm sure he isn't gonna completely empty the tank. He's gonna give Trick just a little bit of preview, almost a warning shot, if you will. Jay obviously gained some respect for Trick after his recent performances. It was Jey Uso who took to social media last month to say he believed Trick deserved a United States Championship matchup. Well, Trick earned it the hard way, and now is going to get that title match on Sunday. Tag made to Carmelo Hayes, and tag made to the megastar LA Knight, who, yes, is Monday Night Raw property, was here to battle Austin Theory, which he already did in successful outings earlier this evening. But now, whether it was Knight that approached Jay or vice versa, the megastar is right back inside the ring here on SmackDown as a surprise partner for Jey Uso. Well, this is certainly an interesting decision by LA Knight, no matter who was the one approaching the other. LA Knight's got to compete inside the Elimination Chamber in just a few nights, going back-to-back battles here on SmackDown. Certainly a decision, and I'm not sure it was a wise one. A tough task on the other side of the ring in the Trick Melo gang. Carmelo Hayes may be on a spiral of bad luck as of late, but make no mistake about it, Melo, one of the best SmackDown has to offer. Future main event star, without a doubt. Former United States champion, had a hell of a reign with that gold from the summer all the way into the fall. Tag made the Trick. LA and Trick now going to lock horns. These two men have met before back on Monday Night Raw last year. Right before the Trick Melo gang was drafted over here to SmackDown in the spring. Well, familiar with each other, certainly quite some time ago. There's a tag made of the United States champion, the Yeet and the Yeah, working real close together as Trick seems to be in all types of trouble. Jey Uso, who's turned away the challenges of Carmelo Hayes and Austin Theory for the United States Championship. JD McDonough at one point in time as well. Looking to do the same to Trick Williams on Sunday, but Trick looking to show Jay here tonight that he is in for a whirlwind come Toronto. Trick unloading, combination of maneuvers. Suplex, takes down Jay. Man, it seemed like right when Trick Williams got tagged in, waves of momentum started to turn around in this matchup. A lot of bad luck for Melo as of late. A lot of good for Trick. Well, there's a tag made to Melo once again. Let's see if the tides are going to turn once more. Jey Uso off the reversal. Seems like every time Melo gets tagged in, things start to go south. Jey Uso with a neck breaker on Carmelo Hayes. And Trick Williams going to make sure that this matchup isn't over yet. Melo's gonna find himself out of this slump. It's almost as if he's ripe for the pickings against the Yeet and the Yeah. Jey Uso catching Carmelo Hayes the second he entered the square circle. There's Melo creating a little bit of distance. Goes around it. Around we go. Face first off the canvas. Melo has pinned Jey in the past. Going back to the month of November in a tag team bout. Nearly did so again. Not for LA Knight. Oh. Little cheap shot on the megastar that time. Melo obviously a little frustrated after things have not been going his way as of late. Remember his appearance in the Royal Rumble matchup, it was barely existent. He was in and he was out. In a matter of seconds. LA Knight tagged in. Fall away neck breaker on the 1 of 1. LA Knight looking to raise his stock ahead of the Elimination Chamber with his second victory in one night. Not over yet. Kick out by Melo. Such an interesting tag team main event and an interesting tandem in LA Knight and Jey Uso that certainly nobody expected when SmackDown came on the air tonight. Melo not looking to allow this Monday Night Raw superstar to come to his territory. Take a victory right out from underneath his nose. With Melo and Knight jockeying for position here on SmackDown, Carmelo Hayes looking to put this thing away. Cutter on the megastar. Melo doesn't miss. Or maybe he does. Maybe it's a little bit of an air ball. Maybe somebody got his hand up at the net. LA Knight's still into it. Melo missed on the dime. LA Knight does not miss, however. Blunt force trauma on Carmelo Hayes. LA Knight scores his second win in one night. Such an interesting situation here. The Trick Melo gang seemed to be doing well until Melo was tagged in, and then it all went south. And then the yeet and the yeah coming together. LA Knight picks up his second victory, a Raw superstar here on SmackDown.
Here are your winners, the team of Jey Uso and LA Knight.
Well, you know what? Anything can happen on the road to WrestleMania. We're 30 days out from the grandest stage of them all, but we are just 3 nights away from the Elimination Chamber, live from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. An exciting night of action right here in Ottawa on Thursday Night SmackDown. Who is going to leave the Elimination Chamber holding golden opportunities at the grandest stage? We find out live this Sunday in Toronto.